Okay, so we're going to redo this one. The previous one I put up a few days ago. Somehow it ended up with a copyright on it, and I have no idea how. So we'll go back through everything again. Yay! So this is the garden tour for my lazy hydroponics, and some creative ways to work your garden without it working you. So we can start over here. These are the self-watering reservoirs. They have a false bottom. We have garlic and yarrow, strawberries, lamb's ear, tromboncino squash. This guy doubles like almost every day. Isn't that neat? French rosemary, sugar baby watermelons, strawberry ground cherries. And then we have the sugar rush peach pepper with the little baby flowers. Hooked up to a float valve that is hooked up to a reservoir that runs 2 zones. Float valve, and then more of these guys. So we have chamomile, sweet basil, Hawaiian giant poa berries, tropical sunset tomatoes. Don't forget to tickle your tomatoes every morning. Some tomato babies. I like big roots and I cannot lie. Big gym peppers. Yay, there's some flowers in there. Well, they're going to be. These are my favorite. They are big peppers. They're sweet with a little bit of heat. Woolly cakes. It's so neat with these guys because they're soft. They're furry and soft. No idea what they taste like. This is the first year for these guys. And we have our ground bell peppers. And it looks like we've got some flowers that'll be starting soon. Rainbow beefsteaks. These are awesome. They're all really nice colors. Tickle the tomatoes. So by doing it hydroponically, this float valve keeps the levels in all of the buckets at the same level that I control. So they always have nutrient solution. And they love it. No guessing, no refilling. Works out great. Then we have our aroma tomatoes. It looks like we're going to have some flowers starting here soon. And we have horehound. I read that that's what they used to make root beer out of, but I have no idea how. I know it's medicinal as well, but the leaves taste like crap. So if you know what I'm supposed to do with this stuff, you let me know. Then we have our round zucchinis. And they're just blowing up over here, so hopefully we get some. Tender green cucumbers. And then Hawaiian giant poa berries. We're playing up the berries this year, trying to get a bunch of fruit. Self-watering strawberries. They've been planted, so they're in transplant shock. So lucky to have a strawberry farmer for my uncle. He just has an awesome garden. Another strawberry self-watering container. I use these fly keeper outer things. It actually keeps the squirrels out and I can take them on and off. And then we have 2 dogs. 2 wild aminals. Raspberries. Trying to fill the dirt boxes with perennials so I don't have to deal with them every year because I'm finding I just hate gardening in dirt. There's bugs and weeds and all that other crap. So if I don't have to do anything, I can just keep coming back. I'll be happy. We have honey nut squash. They were so cute last year. Yard long pole beans. They're really neat. I planted them at the end of the season last year and got a few and just couldn't believe how long they were. Then we have habaneros. I don't like heat, so don't know what I'm going to do with that, but thought it would be fun. More Hawaiian giant poa berries. They're those berries that grow in lanterns and they taste like sweet tarts. Ukraine purple. Promise they're okay. They're just super dramatic, have attitudes, and they just kind of like to lay around. More tromboncino squash. These suckers grow a few feet long. They're creamy. They stay really well if you want to keep them on the vine. They kind of cure, and then you can put them in your pantry for this winter. or you can eat them green. We have some tender sweet orange watermelon. Never grown them before, but we'll see. And more rainbow beefsteaks. We have a few flowers. Hello, finger. Over here we have some feverfew. Great for teas and tinctures for migraines, fevers, and hot flashes. I'm sure there's some marigolds and yarrow in there somewhere, but I think the feverfew is kind of taken over. And for those of you who are asking, this is my salon. Renovated vintage kit companion camper. So then over here we have our sweet banana peppers. This guy's gonna give his life just for the one pepper. That's okay. Woolly Kate, something that I have no idea. Judging by the flower, it might be a rainbow beefsteak. I'm not sure. But I just couldn't stomach throwing these guys away just because I didn't have room for them. It's not their fault. Then I've got yellow squash. Another reservoir going into a float valve, controlling all of these buckets. Then we have a Concord grape. It'll get put into the dirt probably in a little bit. Loofah, you got a little sunburnt, a little crispy. More tomatoes that I have no idea what they are. Jalapeno. Let's say they're happy. More strawberries. Potato patch. Neighbor had some sprouting potatoes, so figured I had the space, and next year hopefully this will all be raspberries or fruit or something. But might as well use it for potatoes this year. Normally we would just do these. These are self-watering double bucket systems for the potatoes, and they really, really like it. You really don't have to do much of anything with these guys. You barely even have to water them. Those flowers are going to be pretty. Then we have our sweet potatoes with the Oyas. And then a pear tree that's slacking. It's being very lazy. It's doing absolutely nothing. I know nothing about bare root trees. It's been in there for a few months. It's still alive. I chop off a little piece every now and then just to make sure. So if you know anything about these guys, let me know. And of course, this is not always going to be here. So when this guy gets bigger, then this would all be cleaned out. Then we have the old squirrel fortress. It used to have a roof on it, but the snow kind of caved that in this year, and I'm just going to try to relax this year. So we have another reservoir, another float valve, and it runs this system. 1,500-year-old beans. They're like the little cow beans, I guess. Can't wait to see them. But the roots are very happy. Then we have Kentucky Wonder Beans. Everything got nutrients yesterday, so it's really, really happy. Then we have large red cherry. Now these guys, the plants have only been outside for 3-ish weeks. They were started inside then to the greenhouse, but they were tiny when I put them out, and they're just going crazy. Tropical sunsets. I think we're going to have a love affair between these two plants. They're too close, but this is the space I had. Again, tip of your tomatoes. Then we have our big gym peppers. More Roma tomatoes. Grand bell pepper. These are the ones that grow in different colors. More Woolly Kates. Strawberry ground cherries. Japanese hullis popcorn. Round zucchinis. It's also become storage for all the pieces that fell apart. Got to figure out where to put these. Maybe build something else. Who knows? But right now, at least we can get the garden started. We have some sad looking dill. And then some Black Beauty zucchini. And a hollyhock for a friend of mine in Arizona who sent me the seeds. And this is year 2 and it came back. Today we'll be putting up the shade cloth because it gets pretty brutal in the back corner here. Okay. There we go. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Really appreciate it. Check out the other videos to see how everything is set up and for regularly scheduled garden tours. And if you can hit that subscribe button, that would definitely help the algorithm for the channel to get this type of content out. When I personally search for hydroponic outdoor gardens, it's really hard for me to find stuff. So I hope this helped. I hope this gives you some hope that you can garden too without a bunch of soil, on a budget, the lazy way.